Hello, I am Yogini Sunita, and this is Meditation, Yoga, and Stuff podcast. I believe my dharma or my life's purpose is to share my understanding of meditation, yoga, and Ayurveda, holistic healing science of India. I make these amazing wisdoms accessible and adaptable for present times. So let's start. Welcome to the podcast. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining me today. Today's topic, I'm going to talk a little bit about yoga therapy. Now, I don't know if you heard about yoga therapy before. So yoga as a therapy is a very powerful tool we can have. So what goes into yoga therapy? What is yoga therapy? How it is different than your regular class? So in yoga therapy, it is really different than your regular class. What happens in our regular yoga classes that we are in the group and certain set practices are done and we follow that instructions. But in yoga therapy, what happens that it's mainly one-on-one, like your teacher and yourself. And the teacher, yoga teacher or yoga therapy teacher, I should say, will tap into your system. It will get as much information from you as possible on your physical, emotional, mental well-being. They may even ask you to bring in your health record so that they understand it better. And yoga therapists are trained to help you to find practices which are right for you. Now, these are individually designed practices. Now, we need to understand that traditionally, yoga was one-on-one. So the guru used to give practices to the disciple, tapping into disciples' energy. And these practices were depending on what's happening in your life. It could be just go for nature walk. It could be bring correct, right eating practices, like correct food for your system. It could be also bringing in breathing practices, relaxation practices. And so here in yoga therapy, yoga and Ayurveda go hand in hand. Now, we need to understand that these are sister sciences, and they go very beautiful. Yoga and Ayurveda really beautifully go hand in hand. And yoga therapist will tap into that, understanding that what's happening in your life. They will try and get as much information from you in your first session so that they can design practices for your need. Now, if you are suffering from any health condition, I suggest that yoga therapy is the best thing. Going to yoga therapist is really good for you. What they do is they work with your what's happening in your system. They work around your medicines. You don't have to drop your allopathic medicines. In fact, whatever support you need will be provided by the yoga therapist. So for example, person going through cancer treatment, yoga therapy is really beneficial to calm down the system, and your results of your cancer treatment will be better with yoga therapy. So this is just one example. You can use the yoga therapy for all the illnesses. Talk with your doctor, and yoga therapists will usually work with what is happening in your life. And the practices are given, designed just for your need. So it is very different than your group classes. Also, yoga therapist will give you practices to do on regular basis. This is where we need to understand that the responsibility comes into following these practices. It is in your hand. So we take responsibility of our own health with the help of yoga therapy. Yoga therapy is a very powerful tool. There are many many amazing institutes which are offering these practices, and these are courses are quite in depth. They help the yoga teachers to understand the Western approach, Eastern approach, or yogic approach and Ayurveda approach. And also then the practices are given for the client's need. So very specifically for client's need. Now sometimes yoga teachers say that, oh, I already do that, and long time yoga practitioners may be already doing that because they have, maybe hopefully they have understanding of Ayurveda as well as yoga. So when the understanding of Ayurveda and yoga, this combination is there, and when the practices are given to you to do on daily basis, and if you do them on your daily basis, there is a lot of amazing effects. For example, the mind starts calming down. We start accepting our reality. We start working with our system instead of against our system. For example, again, I'm going to go back to the cancer patient. If the diagnosis of one having cancer is very shocking, right? And so the mind goes into this stress. Also, we need a lot of support in these kind of things. So if you're going through something like that, and if you're looking for support, yoga therapist may be a solution. And there are many amazing yoga therapists. So you can find out who is in your area and do one-on-one sessions with them. Some yoga therapists also do online sessions. That's also wonderful. When I do yoga therapy sessions face-to-face, before pandemic, I used to do also the pulse diagnosis. If your yoga therapist doesn't do that, that's okay. There are many ways, there are many tools yoga therapists will use to find out what exactly is going to work for you. Now I do a lot of sessions through internet, like online through via Zoom, and it still works. So the understanding of the body types, Ayurveda body types, understanding of what's happening in client's body, and then the understanding of how yoga practices, relaxation practices, movement practices are going to be helpful for our client. This all combination is really, really beneficial for clients. So if you're not, and it's not just applicable for person with any health condition. It is also, you can also go to yoga therapist if you don't have any health condition. And the reason for that is yoga therapist will design and help you to give you practices just for your system. And so these are unique practices. These are practices designed for you. So they are going to be very beneficial. So if you are into yoga therapy or into yoga, meditation, or Ayurveda, I suggest please try yoga therapy. It's a beautiful, beautiful practice. If you want to learn yoga therapy, I suggest Adore Yoga. Nicola Ellis runs Adore Yoga, and it's really, really amazing course. It's fully online, but still interactive. So if you want, you can look at that. I will give you a link for that in the notes. And I'm one of the teachers there. I teach Ayurveda and some part of this course. So feel free to take a look at that, but I'm sure there are more courses there. Feel free to look at that, and wherever you're connected, feel connected, and feel free to join that. Yoga therapy is really amazing. I highly recommend that. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the session. And if you like what I'm offering, please support me. There is a link in the notes. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you're taking this time out of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.